Yeah, snooping is bad, and I got what I deserved. My husband was away for a while and he had to leave his phone with me. I resisted the urge for a whole month, but I gave up in the end. 2 days ago, I finally unlocked his phone and read through all messages. I know I suck. I discovered some bad things, but I realized he had deleted most of the messages that he wouldn't want me to see. I learned that he had taken a loan without my knowledge. Maybe two, I'm not sure. These were the things I was looking for, I think. These hurt me a lot, but nothing compared to what I found next. I went into his gallery and checked the hidden folder. I knew he put my nudes there and the number was less than I expected, so I opened to see what was missing. Yeah, that's how gullible I am when it comes to him. Almost half of them was me prior to wedding. We got married 2 months ago. But last ones were random girls from Instagram, semi-nude mostly. Some of them was an old friend of his fully clothed. That upset me a bit because they were saved very recently. Random ones kinda looked like me but hurt still. I think he was stashing some photos since we won't be together for a month and he thought he could bring his phone with him. Terrible part is I saw my sister there. Ugh, I feel horrible even writing. Turns out he snooped on my PC before I did on his phone. Perfect couple, right? I saw that he looked at the photos that I'd never allow him to look and saved them on his phone. He know this because I don't even let him see my gallery so he wouldn't see my sister accidentally. Also, he knew I have private family photos on my PC. My sister is a very modest woman and dresses according to it around my husband. These photos were her in revealing clothes, and some of them was her breastfeeding my niece when she was a newborn. Hurts to even remember. That's how sick I felt when I saw them. I deleted her photos. I couldn't bring myself to left them for him to see once again. I didn't touch anything other than her photos. That heart-sinking feeling was with me whole day. But he returned the day after. I didn't know what to do, so I acted like nothing happened. It's very hard to do TBH. Right now, I don't know if he realized these photos are missing, but he will eventually. He didn't say anything to me, and I doubt he will when he find out. I don't know how to proceed. Should I confront him? That was my first instinct. What I did was equally bad, I know, but at least I don't have his brother's nudes on my phone to jerk off. Should I never mention it and try to forget? I plan to keep her photos away from my devices from now on. He was the most decent person I know, very respectful to my boundaries. I am so in love with him, but I can't look at him the same way anymore. Will this feeling pass eventually? How can I learn to live with this? Disappointment is immense, and I also feel like I let down my sister. That's another thing I feel sorry about. P.S. We do have passwords on our devices, but he learned mine when I couldn't unlock it, and he had to it for me at that moment. Same with PC. But I didn't need to change the password again since I trusted him so much and he would learn the new one anyways. However, I didn't know his, or that's what I thought, because I set his password when he first got the phone and forgot about it. He casually mentioned this recently, saying he didn't change it ever since, and I jokingly told him that I didn't remember even though I did, and made a joke about me snooping his phone when I remember. He could have changed it but didn't. I hope I didn't bore you with details. That's as short as I can write. TLDR, husband creeped on my PC to get my sister's inappropriate photos. I creeped on his phone to find out. This is the worst kind of update, unfortunately. I don't even know who am I anymore. How can I spend another second in this marriage? Something is wrong with me too, I think. After this incident, I went to my therapist. He started to get therapy. We also started to get couples therapy from a psychiatrist that we visited a few times before all this. I want to keep this short. They all said that this is a normal behavior. Why? But we went to 3 of 4 different, well-known psychiatrists, I assure you. Mine said that this must be a genuine mistake and I should give him some time so he could gain my trust once again. His therapist said that it's totally okay to feel lust over your wife's sister and isn't a big deal. That he's not sick and this is not a disease to cure. I decided to take my therapist's advice and try to forgive him. We also kept going to couples therapy during this time. It was the worst time of my life. I kept remembering what happened in every trigger. But I acted like everything was normal. He must have believed this, because he started look at other girls' photos after a few weeks. I found different porn stars' names and photos in his browser history. He searched them occasionally when I'm not home most of the time. Sometimes 1 minute after he talked to me. He kept his history like he wanted me to find them. Just like my sister's photos. I also found more disgusting things, like animal porn. He had deleted those though. I found he looked it up once, but what else he's hiding from me? His explaining to bestiality thing is that he stumbled upon some and got curious, so searched for some more. I asked him if he told about it to his therapist, and he said he didn't even think it's necessary since it's not an important thing for him. I doubt that his therapist will find it odd anyways. I'm sure that's also totally normal. I'm a person that watched porn for years. And I watched/read some disgusting things that I'm not proud of. Things that I can't even mention because of shame. I know the urge he gets, but even in this situation? I was a horny teenager back then, and I stopped watching porn even before I met my husband. Of course I relapsed, but I stopped completely at the end. Why he can't do that? Why is he acting this nonchalant about all this? Why do I let him and keep spending time with him? I know this post is too long, and I'm sorry if I don't make sense. I feel horrible. TLDR, husband still looking at disgusting porn like he did last time, and I'm still not ready to divorce him. I'm not really the type to ask strangers on the internet for relationship advice, but I'm really struggling with something right now and would love several other women's opinions. My boyfriend and I live together and have been together for almost a year. He's awesome. Treats me super well, is adamant about being painfully honest and never lying. I have trust issues from past relationships and being cheated on, and I have to say I've never caught him in a lie, and he is almost too honest sometimes. However, the issue is this: we downloaded the app Citizen and added each other as friends. We realized afterwards it shows your friends your location. It's not quite the same as Find My Friends on iPhone. It seems to kind of randomly update your location, but when it does, it seems to be quite accurate. So a few nights ago, I was out of town for work. He told me he was meeting up with a friend, totally fine, at a place kind of out of the way/far from our apartment, which seemed a little odd, but I really didn't think much of that. Apparently, the friend of his I know wanted to go to the place because his friend owns the brewery. I've met and hung out with this friend of my boyfriend several times, and we're cool with each other. I texted my BF back and forth a bit while he was out, and I finally said goodnight. I was in a time zone 2 hours ahead of LA. I woke up in the middle of the night and had Citizen notifications from LA since that's where I'd last used the app, opened them to look, and saw that at 12 a.m. LA time, he seemed to be at a residential property close to the bar he went to. I checked a few more times periodically since this spiked my anxiety a bit, and he seemed to stay at that same spot until about 2 a.m. I had a little bit of anxiety about this, so when I got home yesterday, I asked him how long he was out and assumed he would say friend, and I went over to friend of friend's house for a while when the bar closed, but he didn't. He said he got home at 10 or 11 p.m. But the brewery closed at 11 p.m., and Citizen very clearly showed his location was current, and I saw it move again when he drove home. It's not like it wasn't updated or something. He's insisting he did not go anywhere else, and ultimately I don't have a reason to not trust or believe him, but at the same time the proof is in the pudding. His location placed him in a residential area until about 2 a.m. and showed him driving home shortly after. So if the brewery closed at 11 p.m., where was he, and what was he doing until 2 a.m.? I will also say I looked at where his location was on Apple Maps, and it seemed to be an apartment complex a few streets over from the bar. He offered to call his friend and ask him, but I don't really trust that, and said no. I fully subscribe to the idea that my boyfriend's friends are not truly my friends. He said they left at the same time when the bar closed. I ended up apologizing to him for accusing him of lying. He got pretty defensive about it and essentially said how late he's out isn't really my business anyway, and he doesn't want to be micromanaged. but now today, I can't shake this anxiety and gut feeling that there's no way something happened that he's not telling me. I really don't think he would cheat on me. It goes against absolutely everything I believe and know about him. But at the same time, my mind is racing because it doesn't make sense for him to break his no-lying policy over anything else but something that serious. I'm going absolutely insane and feel really unsettled. TL, DR, I'm concerned that my boyfriend lied to me about where he was.